This is the book I'm going to review. Caste and Religion in India. Okay. See, common topics for sociology and anthropology are gender, caste, religion. I covered gender in cultural anthropology book, and I also covered part of religion in cultural anthropology. The religion that is in general. Whereas in this book, I'm going to cover caste and religion in Indian context. Okay. And let me tell you at the outset that I am very much pleased with this book, the way it came out. Okay. So first let me say what it covers from examination point of view. So this is the book, Caste and Religion in India. Okay, pages 236. And Socio syllabus it covers is this. Paper 1, 5 and 8, Stratification and Mobility, Religion and Society, chapter 8. Paper 2, Perspectives on Indian Society, Colonial Rule on Indian Society, Rural and Agrarian Structures, Caste System, Classes, Religion and Society, Caste Conflict, Communalism, Religious Revivalism. So this is what paper 1, 2 of sociology. And in anthropology, it's mostly paper 2. But paper 1, social stratification is mentioned. In paper 2, structure and nature of traditional Indian social system, caste system, impact of Buddhism, Jainism, Islam and Christianity, Indian village, religious minorities, indigenous and exogenous process of social cultural change, and then part of 7.1, where SCs and OBCs are mentioned. And all tribal related topics in these chapters are excluded from this book because tribal related chapters are included in some other book. Okay. So this is the socio and anthro syllabus that this book targets. And I am curious that how many questions came in 2020 that can be answered from this book. I am more than pleased. In sociology, in 2020, 110 marks can be answered from this book. Hierarchy and exclusion, democracy as an order of society, consequences of religious revivalism, social mobility, A.R. Desai, Dumont, secularism, caste has potential to displace, cultural pluralism. So this book is useful in answering 110 marks from socio paper of 2020. How much in anthropology? These many questions. 135 marks. Debates on Aryan invasion, Dravidian languages, impact of Islam, characteristics of caste system, reasons for caste violence, impact of globalization, Sanskritization, dominant caste, religious minorities in India. So this is what socio and anthro syllabus, and these are the question papers. Okay. Next, how did I go about this? The way I went about is that this is divided into two parts, caste and religion. Under caste, I included thinkers as well as activists. Remember, I wrote book thinking in terms of what are the questions and what is the information needed to do those questions well. Okay, I don't simply go by the syllabus. I go by the questions and what information is needed to write good answers to those questions. So in that sense, I felt thinkers as well as activists as well as origins of the caste, historical account. This is important. And in thinkers, I covered thinkers related to stratification. Okay. So for example, this is what I did. This is the strategy of caste. Thinkers I covered are Marx, Weber, Neo-Marxism, Risley, Gure, Dumont, M.N. Srinivas, Andrew Beckley, Dipankar Gupta, A.R. Desai. Okay. Why Dipankar Gupta, A.R. Desai? Here I am including village studies also. Village studies are included in this book. And I covered Gandhi, Ambedkar, Phule, Narayan Guru, and Periyar. Okay. And coming to the origins, I updated the entire discussion on caste on the basis of the book titled Early Indians. Okay. In fact, these are the books that I used. Social Stratification by Dipankar Gupta. This is like very good on stratification, caste and class. And then this gives background of village during the pre-colonial times, colonial times, and how the village changed. And then thoughts of various thinkers I took from Ramchandra Guha's book. And Early Indians by Tony Joseph gave me a lot of clarity on origins of the caste system, race and caste interaction, and how Indian civilization evolved. So this book helped me to update the discussion on the caste. So finally, you have these chapters on caste. Class and caste, early Indians, ANI-ASI, it is ancestral North Indians and ancestral South Indians, Marx, Weber, Neo-Marxism, Risley, Gure, Dumont, M.N. Srinivas, village. So caste and politics, village studies. These are the chapters on caste. So, and then the book is based on transcripts of my lectures. So it came out very lively way. Okay. So that was about the way I did the caste, and I'm very happy. And it was very comprehensive also. Okay. Now, the next thing is about religion. See, in terms of caste, Socio syllabus is actually more than Anthro syllabus. But in terms of religion, Anthro has certain things which Socio doesn't have. For example, Anthro focuses on various religions also, Jainism, Islam, Christianity, or even nature of Hinduism. Okay, whereas Socio focuses on politics-religion interface like revivalism, communalism. So I targeted both socio and anthropology when I'm doing religion. So which meant it should be very comprehensive. Okay. But I have some really important things to say about the way religion came about. See, here I would like to say that before this writing on religion, I did a lot of work on philosophy. Okay, just few days. I mean, I spent certain months doing philosophy work, and I released some videos on this spirituality. For example, this is what I did. Moksha 1, Moksha 2, consciousness. On consciousness, moksha related around 8 videos. And then on afterlife, does mind exist outside body, rebirth, what happens seconds after death, talking with the dead, interviewing a ghost, how much energy from one unit of mind can the dead walk up to us and shake hands, tradition, do souls evolve through karma? So like that. And then on meditation, 1, 2, vipassana and things like this. Tradition, is there Brahman? Okay. So I did a lot of work on moksha and afterlife. In fact, I planned a series only on moksha related. I came upon one book titled Survival After Death, and I took interest in it, and that's how I ended up doing many videos. And those gave me an occasion to look into many aspects that Indian philosophy talks about, like soul, life after death, and how rebirth, why, evidence for rebirth, and things like this. Basically, these are the things that which I never took seriously, except only very recently when I was making those videos. So I read a lot of literature. Okay. And what it meant was, now I am doing Indian religion after working so much on consciousness, soul, and many other things. And let me tell you, this gave a completely different perspective. In my previous courses, I held things like soul, punarjanma, karma as just beliefs, and then I dismissed them. But now I carefully examined what they are all about. And let me tell you, I found there are incredible linkages across religions. For example, how Jainism influenced Buddhism, and how Buddhism influenced Hinduism, and how Hinduism impacted, was an inspiration to Buddhism, or early Vedism inspiration. So, for the first time, I understood so many links. I felt, let me tell you, I felt that so far I was watching the movie on the screen like a regular viewer. And when I read about these things, I felt that I have some understanding of what was going on behind the screen. Okay. Of course, I'm not expecting you to believe all these things, but I want to convey there are certain very serious issues, and And if you have some even skeptical outlook on these issues, I mean, the skepticism means the possibility of existence of certain things which are not usually covered in science. So you have a completely different understanding of these things, and moksha and things like that. Moksha and enlightenment, I believed much earlier. That was part of my classes, but afterlife was something completely different. So I would like to say the religion part of this book is written after my extensive work on spirituality and philosophy and afterlife phenomena. Okay, in fact, again, I did not write for this book. I made videos on my understanding. Example, these are the videos. Did Buddha impact Bhagavad Gita? And then I read Ambedkar. Ambedkar, very, very bad student of Buddha. Did Buddha learn about Nirvana from Brahmanism? How did the ideology of non-violence emerge in India? How did the ideology of non-violence emerge? Very serious questions. And then Ambedkar's Buddhism is Marxism. Did Hinduism provide basis for unity across religions? Is Sufism good enough? So these things, and along with my class lectures, are included in my book on religion. These are chapters on religion. Buddha's impact on Bhagavad Gita, rebirth and karma, Jainism, non-violence as good karma, Ambedkar's Buddha, Navayana Buddhism, Christianity in Northeast, religion and politics, religious minorities, monism, man as God. Is Sufism good enough? So essentially, these chapters are based on a lot of work and new thinking. So, but one can ask, are they useful for the examination? I can tell you, instead of simply memorizing and writing cut and paste way, now after reading this, you will have a lot of insight. For example, question like how Jainism impact Indian society. An anthropology student will read some paragraphs and then say Jainism, sculpture, architecture, and things like that. But after reading this book, you will see what is Hinduism without Jainism, or what is Buddhism without Jainism. So you will understand the fundamental linkages and in an incredibly diverse ways. Okay, you will understand why this question when, for example, Buddhism and Hinduism also, how are they different in the first place when you talk about impact of Buddhism on Hinduism. Same thing about impact of Buddhism on Indian society. What would Hinduism be without Buddhism? And how are these things like karma come about in the first place? And how are they related to caste system? So I would say these are very insightful. And some of the new books that I followed, Ambedkar's Buddha and his Dharma, and what the Buddha thought. Okay, but these are the books that I used in writing this book. But I did a lot of work when I was making those videos. And finally, I know my next book is like this, Moksha, Afterlife and Science. So based on this 27 lectures. So that's what it is. And if you want to understand the uniqueness of the religion part I covered in this book, you can watch these videos on Indian society. 9 videos on Indian society available. Okay. So I felt this is a book that covers the examination comprehensively. So many marks, 110, 135 marks, and gives an insight and contributes to, in a original way, your understanding of Indian society and civilization. So spirituality is included, and at the same time, most recent genetics and archaeological evidence uh, is included from that book, Early Indians. So I recommend all anthropology, sociology students uh, to go through this book. It would help you a lot. Thank you.